So g'day all and welcome to the South African lawn. So welcome to today's video. Today we're gonna, whoa, where is the camera? Should focus on you guys. So yeah, where was I? Welcome to this video. What is it now? Thursday, I think the 15th of October. Morning hours, about 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock on a Thursday. You'll probably watch this on a Saturday. And a regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man living next to me, complaining every time when I take off my drone. So la-da-da, la-di-da, la-da-da, ha-di-da. I don't know why I just did that. This improvising is killing me. So today's video is fertilizer. How to fertilize your lawn. Okay, well, not maybe actually not even how to fertilize your lawn, just the common mistakes when fertilizing your lawn, and just talk about the basics, the common fertilizer. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, Laka, so let's jump straight into it. Here I have got my last bit of last year's fertilizer left. Oh my word, and there's a hole in this bag. Oh, I'm gonna burn my lawn. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the things. I'm really just gonna spitball. So if there's something that I left out, please leave it in the comment section below, so that we can discuss it then, and then I can improve the next video that I do regarding fertilizer. So I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I think people do wrong, and also the way that I fertilize my lawn. Okay, so I suppose let's start with what you need to know. Okay, so let's start off. First things first, I want to talk about the type of fertilizer that you need to use. In my opinion, if you fertilize your lawn, you're already a step ahead of the guy next to you. I don't see a lot of my neighbors fertilizing their lawns. Maybe I just don't see it, but in my opinion, I think a lot of people neglect their lawns. So I think if you're looking at fertilizing your lawn, you're really a little bit a step ahead of the people. So if you want to, you can break it up into 2 or 3 different fertilizers that you could buy or purchase or keep in your garage to use in different times of the year for different purposes. However, if you're just getting into it, maybe just look at a balanced all-round fertilizer with a fair amount of nitrogen and the last 2 numbers being a little bit low. So this is like a 411. This is actually a good, or well, I won't say well balanced, because obviously there's 4 times the amount of nitrogen than there is phosphorus and potassium, but this is a fairly safe fertilizer to use on your lawn. Okay, so the second thing that I want to touch on is how much fertilizer do you need for a season, because it would make sense to me if you go and buy fertilizer once off for the season, finish and klar. Okay, so a good rule of thumb for me is I like to add approximately 2 kilograms of nitrogen to my lawn per growing season, like from October to April. So a bag like this has got 140 grams, so it will greatly depend on how much nitrogen is in the fertilizer that you purchase. If it's a 30% fertilizer, then you've got 300 grams per kilogram. So then over 100 square meters, you'll only need 3 kilograms to make it 2. You'll need 6 kilograms of fertilizer for the whole season. Something like this, you'll need about 12 kilograms of fertilizer per 100 square meters for the whole growing season, if that makes sense to you. Okay, so now that we've figured out how much fertilizer we need through the whole growing season, or the entire growing season, we need to now start thinking of how much fertilizer do I put down each time when I fertilize. And I recommend that you like split your fertilizers approximately 4 to 6 weeks apart, which will roughly give you about 6 different, or like 6 fertilizers, whatever, through the growing season from now October to April. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. So let's say you've got that, talking about 100 square meters again, talking about approximately 12 kilograms of fertilizer. You'll divide that through approximately 6 applications, which will give you 2 kilograms of fertilizer every time when you fertilize your lawn. Okay, if you've got Obviously bigger lawn, your quantities will be a lot bigger. Smaller lawn, your quantities will be maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, so let's assume that you went for a chemical fertilizer like I've did now, and you now need to distribute this over your lawn. There's obviously a couple of different methods. Let's look at them. Okay, so the first one, I just want to tell you, I've got approximately 5 kilograms in this bag. I need about 4 kilograms on this lawn for this application, so I might just leave a little bit left in this bag. I'm not going to be too precise. I've never been very precise, but if you stick to the general amount and not double the fertilizer, you shouldn't pick up a problem. So let's talk about the first distribution of your fertilizer option. If you've got nothing to distribute it with, you'll have to do it by hand, and what I really recommend you do is stand in the middle of your lawn and throw it as far as you can to the sides, working from out to in, so that you avoid your fertilizer clumping up on one spot of your lawn. Because when we talk about a chemical fertilizer, this can most definitely burn your lawn. Can definitely burn your lawn, and that you don't want. And also you can get surges of growth. That's why you don't want to go with too much fertilizer, then you can't keep up with mowing, or you get a surge of growth in a specific area. So you really want to distribute this with whichever method. Sorry, I nearly choked myself there. So with whichever method, you want to distribute this as even as possible. Whether it's a broadcast spreader, whether you spread it with hands, it needs to be even. And when you throw it far, the prills in the air literally distributes itself a little bit more even than you can do with your hand. Let's say if I go with this method right here. Golden. And if you really want to invest in your lawn, I suggest that you either get one of those hand spreaders, or you get a hopper spreader like this one right here, which you can just add your amount of fertilizer in and walk over the lawn, and it'll distribute it by itself. I would really recommend that. It just makes the application so much easier, so much faster. I can really fertilize this lawn in, I would say, less than 5 minutes, with an even application, without worrying that I might get like fertilizer stripes on the lawn and those type of things. So I would really, if you're into it, consider getting one of these. I'm not forcing you to buy anything expensive. This one was very inexpensive in any case, but you don't have to buy it. But if you want to invest in your lawn, it is a good idea to maybe think of getting something like this. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure if this fertilizer maybe came in contact with moisture or humidity or something, because I see some little bit of small clumps here, like that one, falling apart fairly easily. But I hope it's still fine. I'm definitely not going to throw it away and waste it. I'm not going to do, I don't even think you're allowed to throw this away. So don't do that, don't do that, okay? Over the next minute or so, I'll be showing you a montage of me fertilizing my lawn. And I would like to use this approximately 60 seconds to explain my point of view, to explain how I look at sustaining my lawn's health. So once you realize that, like with humans, your lawn is also a living organism, it becomes easier to understand the needs of your lawn. So to be healthy, your lawn needs certain things. Number 1, sun. Number 2, rain. Number 3 is the aspect that you can control, nutrients. So like with yourself, it is not healthy to take in, let's say, 10,000 calories in one go and then starve yourself for the next 5 days. So in other words, your lawn would be far better off if you spoon feed it with the correct amounts of nutrients over numerous applications through the growing season. Understanding that, like with yourself, your lawn also goes through different stages and periods and ups and downs, and a lot of different climates, humidities and traffic. So by keeping it healthy, it would have a great chance of standing up to the tasks that life throws at it. So while your lawn doesn't have a voice, the Lord has blessed each one of us with a sense of lawn. So just look and you will see what it feels. Just listen and you will hear what it needs. Just walk on it and it will tell your bare feet how grateful it is that you are taking great care of it. So while this slow motion footage of me fertilizing my lawn looks very majestic, this is the reality. Yeah, so that's the fertilizing part for you done and dusted. And let me just show you that nowhere on this lawn, you can actually see the prills there, nowhere on this lawn you'll find clumped fertilizer. Okay, so now there's only one thing left to do, and probably I think where people get it wrong, and that is watering your chemical fertilizer in like thoroughly. 10 mils at least. I'm telling you, I'm going to put my sprinklers on right now. If the prill stays dry on the leaf, it won't burn, but as soon as it gets water and that nutrients actually leaches from the prill to the grass blade and it doesn't go down into the soil, you will have some leaf burn, and it can really burn your lawn, especially the nitrogen in the fertilizer. So I recommend that you put down quite a lot of water, whether it is by hand, whether it is by a small sprinkler that you put down in the middle and it distributes, whatever. I've got an irrigation system here, so I'm going to put it on for probably, I'll just work it out, I think about 40 minutes is sufficient for this lawn. I'm going to put it on now, water this fertilizer in properly so it gets down into the soil so the plant can use it. If you do have a fertilizer spill and there is some water or some fertilizer spilled onto a pile on the lawn, clean it up as much as you can and throw a ton of water down onto that area where the fertilizer spilled. I actually did once spill fertilizer quite a lot, so I took up as much as I removed as much as I could, and then I just stood there for like 15 minutes and watered it in and washed away a lot of it. So I suppose a lot of it actually ran off. I did get an influx of growth there, but no burn whatsoever. So just back it up with a lot of water. Just believe me, a lot of water. You can obviously time it with the rain. It is a little bit more difficult, especially in Joburg. Thankfully we had some nice rain. The heavens opened up a little bit now, so we had about 20 mils in the last week. I tell you, it is so unpredictable. They predicted rain about 8 times and only 2 out of those 8 times it rained. I might be wrong, but if you get my point. So it's difficult to say, I'm going to put fertilizer down now because in about 3 hours it's going to rain 15 mils. It's just too unpredictable. So I recommend that you do it when you can put down water, or if you know almost for a certain fact that it's going to rain. Okay. Right, so there goes the sprinklers, all ready and set to do the magic on my lawn. And so like I say, that's the last step. Just needs to be watered in thoroughly and properly right now. I'm going to try and get myself not hit with a sprinkler right here. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this video. If there is any uncertainty, rather go, how's that guy, slower please. If there's any uncertainty, rather contact me and I'll try and work it out for you, or go at a lower rate rather than burning your lawn. So yeah, I think that's basically all there is to fertilizing. Obviously organic fertilizers also need heat and water to activate, so you'll need to water that in as well, or you can just leave it on there because it won't burn the lawn until you get some rain. So that's the advantage of organic fertilizers. And if there's any organic fertilizer manufacturers out there, please give us a small prill size so we can use it with our broadcast spreaders. I'm bleeding and my heart is bleeding for the organic fertilizer guys out there, because you have to spread it with a hand. You look like a bloody human sprinkler. There she goes. Okay, so that's it. That's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too long or too boring or any of that sorts, but I think it was a video that I needed to get out there. So if there's any uncertainty, even furthermore about fertilizing, sprinkler, then contact me or do a little bit more research of your own about it, so that we can all have healthy lawns instead of burning our lawns or getting overgrown lawns or influx of growth of those type of things. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers. I see I'm almost upon 600 subscribers. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I think I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now. Bye bye.
Thank you.